we talked about this a little bit in advance, but for those who are unfamiliar, Tafari's name has cultural significance because Tafari is the name of the king, well, the emperor, excuse me, of Ethiopia, who was a son of a man named Ras Makinen, who was the original emperor, but it's Ras Tafari, which is where Rastafarianism comes from. So he's named after the guy that the Rastafarians worship, which is Haile Selassie,
cool.
which again, now as a dude who's into theology, I can tell you that I don't believe it. All right, they believe that Jesus is reincarnated into Haile Selassie, which basically means that we have Jesus on the screen with us right now.
I'm not. I walk amongst everyone, the high ranks, the high ranking heroes down to the pimps and the hoes. Just similar to our Lord, but I claim to be no kind of special person. I very much don't shy away from gaining a new perspective. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you, man. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. What I really think is most interesting, if I could keep it 100% G, is that Tafari is a gamer, yes, and I know you game, and I know Austin and all of us on the screen game, but he has a particular game that I was a little shocked to learn that he was actually into. Tafari is currently playing The Legend of Zelda, and I don't mean like Zelda that's on your Switch. He's playing Twilight Princess. We're from Nintendo 64. Like,
yes, that's what I'm talking. Okay, so I have so much more respect for him now. Like, oh, that's fucking yes. That's how you play. Yes, he even went and got it.
He's a retro gamer. Look at this. Look, he's got the old controller and everything. Yes. Like, bro, yeah. When he first said he was like, "Yeah, I'm playing Zelda," I was like, "Oh my god, you can't beat that!" Because I'm playing the Zelda on Switch, which is if anybody in here, I think somebody I knew's played this before, but if anybody in here knows anybody that ever played and beat the most recent Zelda, which I can't even remember the name of it, but the one on
Tears of the Kingdom is.
Yeah, I was saying it's Tears.
It's impossible. It is fucking impossible. There's no. I need to watch a walkthrough is going to be like 3 weeks long because the game requires so much. But he's sitting there playing. He's a masochist. You're going through. You know how hard it is to deal with going through Zelda. Like if you mess around and get all the way through the Goron level and you get to the end when you only got 4 hearts and you get killed at the end, but you got to start away from the beginning. Are you nuts?
OG shit.
You want this for your mental health? Tafari, explain how you end up playing these games and how are you faring with Zelda?
Okay, so if you notice, I'm actually on a treadmill while I'm doing this. So this was the hard part right here. I'm on a treadmill with the Wiimote, so I'm trying to like walk and get a pace while trying to aim. So I'm just getting clapped immediately off this fucking cliff. And I'm at this point I'm talking shit. I'm like, yeah, y'all think this shit is easy. You tried doing it. Watch it. By the way, walking pads are like a mini treadmill. It's like a fairly new tech. Don't plug that shit in with everything else. You will like blow a fuse. I learned. I'm on my second one now. Plug it in somewhere by itself. Do not plug it in with the rest of your shit. As far as this, I got nothing against anybody who does emulators. As y'all see, I just don't throw shit away. So I was like, there's got to be a way to hook old stuff up to like my newer. Like the newer tech we have, because like people always like doing throwback stuff, and so I was like,
how did you do it? Like, I'm curious. Can you share your secrets with us? Because like that's my era of gaming. Like, I love my PlayStation, my PlayStation 4 and 5, but like I don't know, like there's just something different about, the old Nintendo nostalgia of playing, you know what I'm saying? That's why people like literally speed race playing Super Mario, that's usually, what I'm saying? Like, okay, let me just ask you this one question. There's this game called Conker's Bad Fur Day. Have you ever?
I didn't know what Conkers was. So like,
my God.
I didn't know about Conkers until they like re-released the rare replay. And people were like, you didn't have Conkers? I'm like, dude, I didn't have anyone around me with a Nintendo that was like not a year or two older than me. So we didn't know. Like, I think the most graphic game we ever played was GoldenEye, which is lying around.
Okay, GoldenEye is definitely a classic.
Yeah. So
link up with the crew,
And again, this is why this is why I appreciate like old school YouTube, because like I'm not inspired by like anyone new, no shade to them. Like this whole setup came from like a Dashy Games video from like 15 years ago. Because I remember he was showing off his retro games on his TV. And he was like, yeah, I got this switchboard. You just plug all the games into the AV stuff into the back, and then you just pick which HDMI it goes to. So I was like, I want to do that. And then I ran, like, there's got to be a way I can do like exercising while I'm on that. I've had that idea since like, I've had that idea since before COVID, like before streaming took off, like the way it has now, before you could multi-stream. I was like, I want to bring those two together. And then we all got locked in the house, and I was like, that would have been a perfect time for it. But I remember I found that Dashy video, and if you go to Walmart or Amazon for like $20, you can get a AV to HDMI converter. So game goes in here, HDMI to the capture card or to your TV. If you got a newer TV and it doesn't have the old set, this is how you do it, and then it just plugs into the wall. That's how I run everything.
Tafari, I thank you. I thank you for those gems because oh my. Okay, so but do me a favor though. Okay, do yourself a favor, please. Go buy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's a Nintendo 64 game that's $100.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, by the time I found out, I was like, "Yep, they're scalping the shit out of this game."
Yeah, but that's because it's such a fucking gem. Please do yourself a favor. I'm as an adult, like I wish I had the ability to like learn to play it, like, you know, like experience it for the first time as an adult, but I experienced it as a kid, and I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with this game. Like literally it's worth the $100. I'm not gonna, because all of the different, like the storylines, one thing, and then there's like so many different, you know what I'm saying, side kind of things you can do with Conker. Just, I'm telling you, it's one of those games you'll get lost in for a while. Like
I've seen bits and pieces, so that's the goal. If I ever start making money from this, I'm like, all right, what game have I missed out on in my childhood that y'all want me to see like go through? So like I've been trying to run through stuff that like I couldn't beat as a kid 20 years ago. So I was like, oh, let me go try Star Fox Adventures. And I'm like, who the fuck made this? This is awful.
Star Fox Adventures, that's a hard one though. Like even as a kid, that was like, that game was on next level. You know what I'm saying? So playing it as an adult, oh my gosh, that would be so interesting.
Basically, it is a Zelda clone that was supposed to be a different game, and they just reskinned it to Star Fox last minute. But they give you like no directions. They don't. They'd be like, hey, the water and the moon. I was like, the fuck does that mean? There's like 15 places on this map, and half of you got to fly to. They don't tell you anything. And then the aiming pisses me off so bad because it's not like, so basically it's almost like having stick drift. You're aiming like this, but if you take your hand off, it tries to go back center. So you're actively fighting the shit to not to move around. So doing that while being on a treadmill, absolutely awful. Like I think my longest one was 4 hours. And when I finally beat one level, I fell and skipped my knee because I was just like, all right, that was awful. I know I want y'all to bring a lot of stuff to the Switch. Leave this shit behind. Don't ever touch it again. But with Zelda, I didn't really understand Wind Waker and stuff as a kid. So now that I'm older, I played Ocarina on the 3DS. I played Wind Waker on the GameCube. And now I'm on Twilight Princess because I didn't really understand how these three games, like I know all the Zeldas are just reincarnations.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that these three games are like directly tied to each other because it's technically the same Ganondorf attacking three different timelines.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Okay. Well, while we're here real quick because I really want to, I'm curious as to, first of all, what percentage of THC was in Ty's joint before he hit it this morning. Number two, second of all, I'm wondering how you feel, Tafari, as you and I are both, and it sounds like Yas maybe too, into the Legend of Zelda. What's your thoughts on the potential for a live action Zelda production of some sort? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not necessarily. Well, you know what? Let me not answer for you. Just what's your thoughts? Like, would you be open to a live action Zelda? And if so, what would you want to make sure that it included so that there was not a flop on that first Zelda production?
My whole thing is just the length of the dungeons. How are you like compressing that down to 2.5 hours? Because that's part of the whole thing is going to each location, learning about each of these tribes, and then basically saving them from whatever darkness has plagued their land. So the Gorons, the Zoras, the Gerudos. That's like the big three. And I'm like, all right, but how do you, unless you want to like two-part it with each film? I don't know. The crazy part is I made a skit like 6 months ago about, if anybody's ever seen Evan Williams, he does like these movie producer pitches where he like pretends to sniff a line, and he's like, okay, we're making a Predator film. What are we doing? Okay, what's the setting? Okay, which actor? Okay, we're making a Predator film in 1890s Japan. Okay, Death Before Dishonor. The two Predators, we have a senior Predator and a young Predator. They're teaching each other, and then we have a hero and a young hero mimicking the journey. It's like he has these hilarious things. So I tried doing one of those for a Zelda pitch, and I'm like, y'all could easily take them same 3 games I mentioned, make a movie out of each of them, and that could also be how you set up your Smash universe. If anybody played Brawl, the one that actually had a story,
yes,
where all the villains were, I'm like, you could literally take that and make the end credit scene Ganon waking up in a new timeline, because again, it's the same version in each of those games. And then when he like fails in Twilight Princess, have Taboo grab him, have like a screen showing all the movies. You could have Metroid, Yoshi, Mario, Sonic, Diddy Kong, Star Fox, and then you have any direction to move in. While in the background, you got Ganon, Dr. Eggman, Ridley, Bowser, and like the villains are being recruited over here. Smash Universe has started. I don't know how they're going to play this out. I hope they do Ocarina first, just because that's such a classic, and because it gives you 2 directions to go in after it's over.
All right, hold up, man. Real quick, man. I just got to say, like, this is a Diddy-free podcast. So
that's why I added Kong after it. I made sure I added. That's why I caught myself. I was like, I can't just say Diddy. I got to make sure they know Diddy Kong.
Yeah,
like
Diddy Kong. Don't be bringing all that baby oil over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we on some other stuff. Nah, I think that sounds cool. In the Blerd universe we live in, where we have like the Hellspawns, the King Baders, like maybe they could do fan type of productions before we start talking to the big productions people. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Either way, Legend of Zelda. I propose that Zelda, who, by the way, is not Link, motherfucker, for those y'all out there that keep confusing the actual characters. Link, you got to feel bad for him a little bit, Tafari, because he keeps starring in these games that don't have his name in them.
Yeah, see, I didn't know. Like, I went in knowing little to nothing. I'm like, most I've experienced is Smash Brothers, but once I finally was someone, it was either a YouTube video or I started putting it together. Because like the last stream I did for Twilight Princess, I was like, oh, this is the Lost Woods theme from Ocarina, and this is like that same area after like how many years have passed, and the Master Sword is in here. And they're playing the old tune. So if they go like Breath of the Wild, I'm fine with that. If they want to do like a multi-movie deal, especially in this era of multiverses and timelines, Ocarina is the perfect place to start, because then you can say, hey, here's the adult ending, we go to Wind Waker. Here's the child ending, we go to Twilight Princess.
All right. Here's why a Zelda movie doesn't work. All right. It doesn't work because Link is a mute. He doesn't talk. He's never spoken. He doesn't even have dialogue. Like when people speak to him, they speak in a bubble. Oh, yeah. Link. Oh, thank you for coming. And he doesn't respond. They're like, oh, you must mean something. When they start adding like a personality to Link, people are going to lose their mind. They don't know what to say. Like Link wouldn't say that. No, because he wouldn't speak. He doesn't talk. You know what I'm saying? So
unless they go back to like the old 90s cartoon and we get excuse princess.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was just about to say. Like the voice, I think, is going to be the biggest thing that people are going to have. You know what I'm saying? Like have a problem probably with is like how deep, or you know what I'm saying, how masculine his voice is going to be. Just because I mean it's Link. You know what I'm saying? We don't need him. We don't need him talking like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
But do we get like baby Link? Do we get teen Zelda 2 Link? Do we get like, oh, I just learned I'm not really an elf. I'm really a human being that was raised by elves Link? You know what I'm saying? How do you? And I don't. And I agree with you, Tafari. Like, you can't make a Link movie without giving the elaborate sense of how hard it was to defeat the dungeons, right? Like, kind of like in Last of Us. When you watch Last of Us, they give you like you feel like there are scenes in Last of Us where I feel when I'm watching the show where I feel like I'm watching the game. Like I feel like I'm playing the game. And I know, Yaz, I know that's not your thing, but there's scenes like, and they did this in Halo too. Ty, if you're still awake, I don't know. I know Ty's eyes haven't seen the daylight yet, but if you remember in Halo, like they actually did scenes where it's like this is an FPS, like this is an FPS show. Like we're gonna make the show a first person shooter. You know what I'm saying? And just give you the view of the gamer. And I feel like if they did that in Zelda, like how do you do it without having like, you know, you gotta get the boots so that you can sink to the bottom of the water, and you gotta
that's the part I just had to do, the heavy boots to go down go down to the Zora temple, which the water temple is the worst fucking level in every game.
Yes.
I got lost. I got lost for like a good 2 hours on stream. I'm like, all right, we're gonna come back tomorrow. I don't know where I am anymore. Because I'm like, my legs are tired. I can only do this for so long. But yeah, like you got to get the boots. You got to get the boots to go down and take the water bombs, to break the rocks, to get the claw shot, to get the other claw shot, to then go back up and save the prince because his mom is dead and he now has to run his country. And I'm like, how do we fit all that into? Unless they do like, I don't know, some childish music montage, but even then, in live action, I don't know. But again, I need y'all to end up here, like specifically at this game, this story, good guys and bad guys being summoned like Battle World and Secret Wars. Like, figure it out. This franchise can give you the ultimate alley-oop to it because they deal with timelines and multiverses and other worlds. So just there's potential there. Don't waste it.
I'm eager to see it, but I frankly think that this is one of those projects that probably would be better served if it was introduced in an animated format. The way that Mario Brothers did it, right? Like 100%. Mario Brothers, they were smart enough to realize, oh, you mean John Leguizamo doesn't work as Luigi? Okay. You mean Dennis Hopper doesn't make a good King Koopa, Bowser, whatever you want to call him? You know what? Maybe let's take a step back and let's give them Chris Pratt as Mario. Let's go ahead and put him on. Give him a voice that. Yo, I'm sorry. Ty.
You good, man?
Yo, you know, me and you, we both of the same ilk. You know what I'm saying? We're a medicated bunch. But for some reason today, you look extra.
Just blink twice if you can hear us.
Yo, is everything okay? You good? Like, yo.
And I already told you what the pack was. so the fact that we even having this conversation, man, is crazy. Like, you already know what it is.
What was on the ingredients of this one? Because this one feels a little like, all right.
Like sour diesel.
Oh, you got the D's.
I told you I had the sour.
They're like, I can't even imitate
but
you.
But look, but this is like, you know me for years. Like, my eyes always look like this. They like, even when I'm not high, I'm chinky eyed. So it always looks like this. Like but this is also a Saturday morning. I don't know how many times we gotta go through this. I listen, I'm not a morning person. I get up every Saturday morning to come in here and give my all, knowing my ass didn't go to bed until 4:30 in the morning. Like, so, like, you know, it's like but it's all good, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm here and I'm enjoying the conversation y'all having right now. I can't really add that much to it because I wasn't really a huge Zelda fan. Like, I played Zelda on Nintendo when it first came out. And after that, I love myself too much to keep putting myself through that kind of, you know, because games like that, one of two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna beat the game or you're gonna break your game. One of those things are gonna happen. I mean, like, you know, like it's just the way you're gonna break a controller. You're gonna damage something because you're gonna get so frustrated or mad. I will say this: we did have the pleasure when those games came out. I don't know if you remember, but there was a game. It was like a game guide.
Game Genie.
No. Yeah, Game Genie. But even a step further than that. There used to be a hotline that you could call.
Yeah.
And they like if you got stuck on a game, you basically called this gaming hotline and somebody would be on the other end like, all right, so and then look, and they made it seem so easy. It would be like, you'll be like, oh, you're at that part? No problem, I got you. All right, so what you need to do is go through the mirror that looks like just the regular mirror. You're going to walk through that, okay? When you walk through that mirror, there's going to be a left and a right. You're going to go to the left. You're going to go up some stairs. Yo, it was like, oh, thank you so much. They was like, no problem. But that was, where you would have to go with games like this because either you had the Game Genie, which gave you the walkthrough, the full walk. Because remember, Legend of Zelda was one of the very first games that came with a full walkthrough. Like they had their own book. There was a Zelda walkthrough book that was all like this thick. This was like
you used to be able to get those at like the store. You could get them at the grocery store. I remember when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out.
I used to sell them.
Yeah, we used to have them at Publix. My homeboy bought a Kingdom Hearts 2 guide at Publix, brought it to school. He was like, "That's where the last chest I can't find is." Yeah, but this this was an April Fool's joke from IGN like 16 years ago, and people were like, "Yeah, but now y'all probably need to take notes because if it don't look like this, like don't be y'all are Nintendo. As much as y'all cease and desist people and raise games to $100, I'm gonna need y'all to don't be skipping on the CGI budget."
All right, hold on. So this is supposed to be an April Fool's joke. So let me see what this is all about. Let's go ahead and give it a gander, y'all. Shall we? Oh, oops. That didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Right? Like, isn't that like what you're legal? I ain't gonna lie. All right, here it is, guys. My bad.
I've got something special lined up today. I'm taking the harvest to Castletown Market. And you're coming with me. Now mind your manners and do what I say. Speak to no one. And for goodness sake, don't touch anything.
I've been waiting for you, Link. You've been kept safe, guarded by a secret race. This very day, the kingdom of Hyrule will fall. Nothing can stop the evil which has crept inside these walls. I am too late. This is the Temple of Time. When these doors open again, it will be 7 years past. Find me again.
I welcome the hero of time.
Hero of time. Faith.
So this started as an April Fool's video, and now it's like, no, I'm gonna need y'all to like start studying because clearly,
like what? Where is the fool? Like, I feel like we the fool. Like, who is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be like, oh, that's a joke? Why would you do this?
Yeah, back then back when IGN cared about more than if the check cleared, so they'll stop rating your movie a 7. They actually used to do stuff like this. So back, it used to be big on April Fools. Everybody would just post a random video. It's like, oh, this is real, psych. So now that's why it says April Fools next, because when originally it was just titled Zelda trailer, but now y'all might need to study this, especially because this is a Ocarina of Time movie. And the way that game directly connects to Wind Waker, and because they want to build a franchise, especially now that I'm older and I understand how they connect. Like when you, first of all, I don't have to fuck anyone beat Wind Waker back in the day. That shit, I played it finally. It was vague as hell. Like at that last third of the game, they give you 2 shapes, and it's like, now go explore the ocean. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But then the final battle is in the old Hyrule that sank from Ocarina. Whereas if you play Twilight, that old, anybody met the hero Shade, that old zombie that teaches you how to fight, that's actually the kid Link from this timeline. He died old, he died in battle, he died like decrepit and full of regret and was waiting to teach someone before he like passed on to the next life. So that all of those elements would be a great way to like intertwine that story.
I don't think that I want to say the same thing about Zelda that I said about Mortal Kombat, which is that I don't think that this is going to be well served with the 2-hour theatrical release.
No,
it's too deep. It's different from Mario, where you can go, oh, okay, this is a simple idea, beat the Bowser guy, get the princess, and it's kind of similar to this, but it's so much more in depth. And I just don't think that a 2-hour movie, unless it's like an introduction to a whole series of movies where we get like Zelda 1 through 5, I don't think it's going to really do us justice. What's going on, Bad Ty?
That's why I'm like, those are my 3 favorites, but those 3 at least give you a direct avenue to, hey, here's why this game even happened in the first place. Here's why this game happened in the first place. You sealed him away here. The seal was broken. There was no hero. Earth is flooded. You snitched on him here. He went to execution and survived for some damn reason. And now he's just torturing other people. Like it's because I know they want to try to like milk this as much as possible. So if they do an original story or some kind of one-off, I would be shocked.
I don't know. Bad Ty, what you think, bro?
I think Peter Jackson would be perfect for this, and I think that I think what he was able to do with Lord of the Rings is exactly what needs to be done with Legend of Zelda. Based off what Tafari just was saying, if you want to make it a 3-part movie, well, he's got experience. And when you look at what in the world building of Lord of the Rings, kind of do with the live action, I think that he would be probably the perfect person to story build a universe for Legend of Zelda.
That's not a bad idea.
When I just saw this, this trailer, it's kind of like I kind of get the elements of what you would need to make a Zelda movie, and I think Peter Jackson kind of was able to illuminate those things on screen for Lord of the Rings. I think if you were to go the direction of a live action, and you had to have it as a movie, because I don't know that you have to have it as a movie. You could have it as a series. If you have it as a series, that gives you more opportunity to build the universe. And then once you familiarize, because remember, Zelda's are from our era. Mm-hmm. They're 20-year-old kids that don't know what the hell Zelda was. That be like, Zelda, what was that? You have to refamiliarize people with the character. And I would probably go with a series to do that. And then once you kind of get everybody familiar with it, then at that point, make a live action movie if that's what you want to do.
I was saying, like, because the Zelda fans will show up. So I was like, if you want to give us like a 3-hour Lord of the Rings type flick, I'm not against that either.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it has to be like, we can't have an introductory phase with Zelda. I feel like Mario was the canary in the coal mine for Zelda. Like, we experimented with the live action back in the 90s. Okay, that doesn't work. And I know you can say, okay, we can try it again, but not. But when they did the actual animated movie, it went ham. Like, everybody loves it. I feel like Zelda should do the same thing, except for I would consider maybe an 8-episode Netflix release, kind of get everybody primed and ready for it. And then maybe we can talk about, because I don't understand why they had to make Michael Cera Zelda in this one. Like, I mean, I know that's not who he actually is, but that's what we're doing right now. Like, Michael Cera, the dude from Superbad, that's who we got. And then I mean, there's a bunch of cats I see in this, and I was like, yeah, all right. I don't know. If you're gonna get Zelda, do it right. Go ahead and make Michael B. Jordan Zelda. Stop playing. Stop making them Link. We want Michael B. Jordan to play Link. It's gonna happen.
You need a blonde. You need a blonde with blue eyes. Just go ahead and throw.
Fuck all that.
Just go ahead and throw Sydney Sweeney in there. You got it.
Yeah.
No. I want Teddy. What's his name from the Atlanta episode to play Link? What was his name?
Teddy Perkins.
Teddy Perkins. I want Teddy Perkins with the blonde hair with the white skin. I want him to play freaking Link, yo. That's who it should be, the right one. Now let me stop. But yeah, all right. So real quick before we go down this rabbit hole, and the show unfortunately today may be a little short, guys, because I'm in a city called Seattle. By the way, shout out to me. You see the little background? You see, this is where Edward and Jacob became friends, y'all. And you see that you don't see no sky. No light.
Edward and Jacob.
It is just as gray as the movie.
Wow.
This is real. This is like, you could legit be a whole vampire up here in the state of Washington where Starbucks was created. And how about Starbucks was invented here. And I woke up this morning like, yo, I got to do the show today because it's 3 hours in advance on the West Coast, guys. By the way, yes, it is 8 a.m. where I am. So I'm not used to this. Shout out to Bree. Bookish, who's joined our show from the West Coast, Yvette Nicole Brown, Miss Isis, those of y'all that join and wake up before the sun even up, shout out to you. Newfound respect, hallelujah. But
100.
how about this is where Starbucks is made, and Starbucks is closed today. Can you explain this? Like, people don't get coffee on Saturday. Like, if you put in Starbucks into your maps right now, it's like, oh yeah, closed. It's like, but bitch, it's Starbucks. We in Seattle. This where anyway. Stop.
They know Saturday is sleep late day. They probably got tired of paying. They probably got tired of paying people to come in and not do shit for 4 hours. So
it was like, well, shoot, Starbucks should be like part coffee, part dispensary, because this is like Seattle. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you right now, Ty. Whew, Lord, the pre-roll I got is still pre-rolling, and that was yesterday. A whole other subject.
It's hilarious. Because people are just like, you're Jamaican and you don't smoke it. I'm like, no, nigga, I have asthma. As much as I was raised, as much as I grew up around it, my lungs do not compete at all. Especially when you go to
what?
When you go to a PWI and everyone's like, yo, you hold it? I'm like, I have class with you, asshole. Like, no, I don't have it on camp. Like, I don't have it on campus. I don't have it here. Like,